In this video, we're talking about portioning and prepping your food. You can make notes about anything that we share in the next few minutes on page 72 of your playbook. As you'll see, it makes the most sense to do some of the portioning and preparing right after you come home from your trip to the grocery store so that things are just done and you're set up for success and everything is ready for the upcoming week of simple and fun meals. And although there are a lot of people who talk about preparing or prepping as making a bunch of meals or cooking and then stacking everything in containers in your fridge, our approach to preparation is different. And that's because our philosophy of food is different. Now, of course, depending on what's going on in your life with work and family, there may be periods of time when you benefit from a very structured approach. And during those times, you're welcome to be able to make meals in advance. But otherwise, we recommend not storing more than 3 days worth of fully cooked meals in your refrigerator because the nutritional value can degrade and it's optimal to eat food that is as fresh as possible. If you need more than 3 days of fully cooked meals, you may want to consider freezing them so that you can actually just thaw those meals one day at a time. But we also know that one of the reasons why people stop following the plan is because of how monotonous and predictable and just not fun it gets. In the beginning, they want someone to tell them what to do, and they want eating to be convenient, easy, and fast. And it sounds great to have a fridge full of containers that you can literally just grab and go, right? But after a while, a lot of people miss being spontaneous, and then food stops feeling fun and fresh. And when you have a fridge full of nothing but pre-made chicken and broccoli, for example, for the next couple of weeks, and everything just tastes similar and it gets older, it stops being fun. And that's when you might start hating the process and might feel tempted to cheat. We don't want you to be in that situation, and we don't cheat ourselves around here. We want you to successfully develop these skills so that you never feel like you're cheating, because when you're enjoying the process, that's how you know that you've actually hit on a sustainable lifestyle. And that's why it's so important to portion things out and prepare your simple and your fun meals. And I gotta say, it's necessary to enjoy your food and have fun with it sometimes. It's necessary to have consistent opportunities to be spontaneous and adventurous with your food. That's why making dinner a fun meal is so valuable and so effective. Fun dinners give you something to look forward to every day. They create time to be able to connect with the people around you and share what it means to be human. They give you an outlet to be able to satisfy your cravings and move with the seasons. Like, for example, sometimes I'll be in the gym and I just really want pasta with lemon Parmesan cheese sauce, so I'll make that. Or other days, I'm really just feeling fajitas or something with a teriyaki sauce. And then sometimes when the weather changes, I might just really want to grill a burger. But other days call for stew or soup. And the great thing is, when you portion and prep your food for fun meals the way that I'm going to show you, you'll always have the flexibility to adapt and adjust your dinners to be whatever it is that you want that day fresh. And at the same time, the simple meals continue to give you that stability and consistency that you also require to be able to make these things easy, fast, and convenient, especially during the busiest and most intense times of the day. When you eat simple meals for breakfast, lunch, and snacks, they allow you to actually skip the decision-making process. You don't waste time calculating anything because you already did that on your meal plan spreadsheet back in skill number 3. And in order for you to get fit and stay fit, this has to be easy enough for you to actually make a legitimate shift in your lifestyle. And that means that you actually need more of those simple meals. And that's why when I'm unpacking groceries, I make sure that the protein is in the right size package to be able to actually pull it out of the freezer in the morning and thaw for dinner. I can turn it into anything. If the protein comes like this, the only thing that is required is just to cut them apart so that it's convenient to be able to grab a pack out of the freezer to start thawing in the morning. And we know that each one of these usually is around 500 grams or 17 ounces of meat. And we know that that's enough for everyone in the house to be able to get enough. And if the protein comes like this, I portion it out into sandwich bags. I found that 500 grams is the amount I prefer to be able to put in because it can still close the bag easily without making a mess. And that number of 500 is easy for me to remember. And you're welcome to write on a package with a Sharpie. Again, I find this improves the ability to be spontaneous with fun meals. In the morning, I'll pull out meat to defrost so that it will actually be ready for whatever dinner I might be feeling for that day. In terms of portioning and preparing fruits and vegetable, this is very minimal. There's nothing to be done with things like bananas, mandarins, and apples, except just put them on the counter where they're actually easy to grab. And we do wash and prepare seasonal berries because they last longer in glass containers when they have been completely dried. And it's faster and more convenient to be able to add them to breakfast and oatmeal, or just drop a couple of them in a glass of sparkling water for yourself to enjoy. We also rotate items that might be in the fridge or pantry. So we make sure that the older stuff actually gets pulled to the front and then the newer stuff actually gets added to the back. The last recommendation that we have for portioning and preparing is to add a printout of that meal plan right onto your fridge or somewhere else that's easy for you to see in your kitchen. Because when you can quickly refer to it, you will memorize how to assemble your simple meal even faster. And you will actually discover that you save time because you don't get stuck in having to decide and trying to figure out what to eat next. So there you go. That's how we portion and prep to be able to strike the right balance between simple and fun, convenient and spontaneous, reliable and fresh. And at this point, it's really up to you to take action. If this is new to you and you're concerned you will not have enough time to regularly do these actions, you can use the prep time tracker on page 72 of your playbook. This will help you actually dial in your time management. You just use a stopwatch to measure your food prep and then write down the dates and times in the chart when you're actually portioning and prepping. The great thing is that you'll notice after you repeat it 4 times that you'll get faster and faster. That's because the more frequently that you have opportunities to go through the process, the faster you'll get with all aspects of it. And the more that it becomes second nature, the less you have to think about any of it consciously. And now that you know what to do, it's time to look back at your shopping list and take a moment to determine what needs portioning and prepping. Do you need to get any containers or sandwich bags so that you can store portions of food more easily in the fridge or freezer? Do you need to add a repeating calendar reminder of some kind about doing this food prep? You'll see this list on page 72, and there's room for you to add a couple more tasks that are customized to your situation. And finally, you'll notice the section at the bottom here where you actually can reflect on your food prep experience. The 3 questions we've included for you to be able to ask yourself are, what makes this more enjoyable? The reason that this question matters is because nobody likes doing chores. The more you can enjoy the process, like if you shop at a particular time of day when the store is virtually empty, or on the way home, you play your favorite music and sing out loud, or you dance while you're moving around in the kitchen, the more likely this will become a genuine lifestyle that sticks with you for years. The second question is, what do I need to stop doing? This matters because you probably have some habits right now that don't serve you, like being frustrated that you have to go shopping or prepare your food, or not committing to the day of the week, or having a bad attitude about all of it. Clearly, none of those examples would help you create a lifestyle change. And the third question is, what do I need to start doing? For example, maybe you listen to your activation code again on the way to the grocery store. And if you don't know how to do that yet, remember, you can find the instructions in phase 1 of our training. Or maybe you take a deep breath and you focus on something nice when you're actually portioning and prepping, like how nourishing this food is going to be. The whole point is to identify opportunities to remove stress and set yourself up for success. Excellent. Now that you've considered the reflection questions and you've learned the secrets of how to actually save a lot of time and energy every week while still eating fun and spontaneous dinners that satisfy your taste buds, you're ready to take action on skill number 5.